First, the headlines: security forces seize catch of arms and explosive in hill and valley districts. Damdai Christian College launches campaign to combat exam malpractices. India-China begin troop disengagement. Israeli strikes kill 36 in Gaza, 3 journalists in Lebanon. Delhi team gear up against Ryan-less Assam in Ranji Trophy. Hello, good afternoon. You're watching ELITETV English News at 12:30. Now the news in detail. Authorities in Manipur successfully recover a substantial catch of arms and explosives from the Bishnupur and Imphal West district, as reported in a police statement released on Friday. The operations in the Uyung Makong Bishnupur district yielded an extensive collection of weaponry, including a SLR 7.62 mm rifle, 1 magazine, 6 HE-36 grenades, 4 grenades armed rings, 2 tear gas grenades, 3 Stingers grenade, 5 dual cells, and 2 WT sets Bofeng. Additionally, authorities discovered an improvised explosive device (IED) weighing approximately 2.3 kg alongside 4 HE-36 grenades detonators. Simultaneously, in Santipur Makhalikai, located in Imphal West district, officials confiscated a single battle gun, 2 locally made 9 mm pistol complete with magazines, an empty 7.62 LMG magazine, 3 M67 hand grenades with detonators, a tube launcher, and 4 rounds of live ammunition. The recovered arms and explosives have been handed over to the appropriate police stations for further investigation and necessary action. Manipur Chief Minister Biren Singh said that there has been significant progress in the state educational infrastructures and housing initiatives during a series of updates this week. Taking to the Twitters on October 25th, Singh said that the working women's hostels at the Pedigree College in Ukhrul district has been completed. Furthermore, he noted that the construction of a new girls' hostels and science block at the same institution, funded by the Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikas Karyakram (PMJVK) and the management of the Boarding Education and Development Society, is progressing well. We are ensuring that every corner of the Manipur tribes with new opportunities and educational growth for our youth, Singh stated. Earlier on October 24, Singh addressed that the successful establishment of an alternative housing complex at the National Game Village in Langol, which now accommodates 120 families comprising 460 individuals displaced from area including More, Churachandpur and Phobachau. Our government remains committed to supporting the rehabilitations and well-being of every displaced family, he said. Manipur's Damdai Christian College has launched a campaign titled Free and Fair Exams, aimed at promoting academic integrity and addressing unfair malpractices during the examination. The campaign, which was launched as part of one-day awareness program, aims to curb unfair means during examination, and foster a culture of honesty and responsibility among students. Faculty's members, students and staff participated in the program, emphasizing the importance of maintaining ethical standards in academic assessments. As a part of the campaign, students were urged to take a pledge to refrain from using unfair means during exam and not to act as role model for their peers. They demonstrated their commitment by signing a pledge board promoting a message: "Together we can create a future where integrity, fairness, and equal opportunity thrive in exams." The board also outlined 4 key principles: uphold honesty in my exam, respect the efforts of my peers, and understand that success is meaningful when achieved fairly, adheres to all examination rules and regulations, be accountable for my actions in upholding the integrity of the exam process. The campaign garners widespread support from the parents, educators, and local community leaders who view as a crucial steps in ensuring that students in Gangpokpi district excel not only academically but also ethically. The initiative is expected to spark similar movement in other schools, further promoting a culture of fairness and integrity across the region. Speaking at the event, Pautinsai Kitgen highlighted the significance of the programs, calling it thoughtful and relevant. India and China have begun troop disengagements at the 2 friction points at the Damchok and Depsang plains in eastern Ladakh, and this process is likely to get completed by October 28 to 29, Army sources said on Friday. The process follows an agreement firms up between the 2 countries on patrolling and disengagement of troops along the line of actual control (LAC) in eastern Ladakh, a major breakthrough to end the over 4 standoff. Sources say that the patrolling will begin at the 2 friction points once the disengagement is done, and both sides will move their respective troops and dismantle temporary structures. Eventually, they added the patrolling status is expected to move back to pre-April 2020 level. The engagement framework was first agreed upon at the diplomatic level, and then military level talk took place, the Army sources said, adding that the nitty-gritty of the agreements was work in corps commandant level talk. Adhering to the agreements between the 2 sides, Indian troops have begun to pull back equipments to rare locations in these areas. Sources say that MP spoke about this concern over this issue during a briefing by Foreign Secretary Bikram Misri on Israeli-Pakistan's conflict at the meeting called by the Parliamentary Standing Committee on External Affairs headed by senior Congress MP Shashi Tharoor. On China, sources say that the MP asked why there was no joint statement by both the countries to announce the agreements and why China was not seen enthusiastic about it. MPs were told that there were also times when joint statements were also issued. The Foreign Secretary also says that the Indian-China agreements will restore the situations which prevailed prior to the border crisis in 2020, sources said. Israeli strikes killed 36 people, many of them children, in Gaza and 3 journalists in Lebanon on Friday, as worries grew about the supply shortages in Gaza and international pressure for a ceasefire mounted. The deaths reported by Gaza health officials were the latest in the southern Gaza cities of the Khan Younis, where people have in recent days lined up for the bread outside the city's only bakery in operation. They come a day after United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that Israel has accomplished the objective of effectively dismantling Hamas, and they implore both sides to revive negotiation. Hours before the Blinkens were set to meet with the Arab leaders in London on Friday, an Israeli airstrike on the guest house where journalists were staying in the southeast Lebanon killed 3 media staffers. Outside of now collapsed buildings rendered by the various media outlets, car marks, press lay cover in dust and the rubble after the strikes, Associated Press photo show. The Israeli army did not issue a warning prior to the strike. Representative of the news network and the Lebanese politicians accused Israel of the war crimes and intentionally targeting journalists. These were just journalists. They were sleeping in beds after long days of covering the conflict, said Imran Khan, a senior correspondent for the Al Jazeera English, who were amongst the journalists in the compound. In a social media post, he said that his teams were unhurt. The Beirut-based Pan-Arab Al-Mayadin's TV show says two of its staffers, camera operators Ghassan Nazars and the broadcast technicians Mohammed Rida, were among the journalists killed early Friday. Al-Manar TV of the Lebanon's Hezbollah groups say that the camera operator Wissam Qasims were also killed in the airstrikes on the Hasbaya region. Pastor Harshit Rana's presence will certainly be a great boost for the Delhi as they aim to put up and improve performance against Assam in a Group D encounters of the Ranji Trophy starting today, October 26. While Harshit will walk in the place of the Navdeep Saini, who had left for India A tours of Australia, the absence of the Ayush Badoni and the Anush Rawat, both playing Emerging Asia Cups in Oman in battling department, will hurt the host more as they guns for an outright wins against the teams which will miss its main player Rian Parag. Rian, now the regular members of the Indian T20 teams, is currently at the NCA under the supervision of the medical teams before the leaps for the 4-match tour of South Africa. The Feroz Khan's Kotlas track used in their last match was flat, allowing Tamil Nadu to make a mockery of Delhi bowling attacks as they rang up 674 runs in their first inning, securing 3 points in the process. Delhi head coach Sarandeep Singh opted for 2 out of Radham's spinners in off spinners Mayank Rawat and left-arm spinner Harsh Tyagi. In 88 over between them, they managed to bowl only 3 maidens, allowing a B-side Sudharshan and the Washington Sundar to thrive during the last match. It will be intriguing to see if Delhi opt for the more talented off spinners Shibam Sharma and left-arm spinner Sumit Mathur instead of the out-of-form duo. A total of 38 candidates are in the fray so far for the 5 assembly seats in Assam, whereby elections will be held on November 13 as the nomination process concluded on Friday, with 24 nominees submitting their documents on the last day on officials' release date. On Friday, 3 candidates filed their nomination paper for Dholai, 1 for the Sitli, 5 for the Bungaigons, 12 for the Samaguri, and 3 for the Bihali. Prominent candidates in the fray so far are BJP's Diplu Ranjan Sharma in Samaguri, AGP Dipti Moy Chowdhury, wife of the 8 times party MLA Pani Bhushan Chowdhury, and Bongaigons Congress Jayata Bora in the Bihali, and Boda People Front's Sudho Kumar Basumatri in Sitling. The nomination paper will be scrutinized on October 28 and the last day for withdrawal of the nominations is on October 30. The BJP is contesting 3 of the 5 constituencies, Bihali, Samaguli and then Dholai, leaving Bungaigons and the Sitli for its alliance partners AGP and UPPL respectively. And now let's take a short break. Keep watching for more updates.
Singapore kilometer
Everyone is welcome. I think
Ningol Chakauba Amadi Diwali Kumaida Relief Camp to Lady Baichilina Singna Saba Polam Sing View. Manipur Handloom and Handicraft Development Corporation na Nona branded Tauraba Sumna Kaktagi Lupali Singamadagina Lisingamaka Chamri Fawada Mamal Oiba Combo Gift Pack Pangbigani. Masida Nimit Kuding Seasonariba Dup Taumai Fi Sunanaba Kon Fianganaba Haksang Noinaba Sapon Final Fazaraba Bek Amada Yauri. Amaromda State Handloom Expo October 23 November 3 fauba Iboy amasumang lila sanglen na pangthokjaragani. Manipur Handloom and Handicraft Development Corporation Pauna Bazar na sinba mela asida numit khudingi sizinaba polamsinggi mathakta kauna liwa ihongi polamsing yauna Manipur gi relief camp te lebe chile naw sing nasaba polam kaya ama uchagani mela asibu yengba lakpiyo amadi miyamna relief camp te lebe chile naw sing na sem sajari ba polam sing asi leibiduna pungning thogat piyu thona hapiyu haina paujenjari
Nobel furniture na lagliba wedding season asigi anau ba contemporary wedding set furniture sing puduna lakchari loina na Manipur ihan han ba oina wedding set laibi ba matamda 24 karat ki 5 gram ki gold coin free gift oina bizari mayam lengsin biraktuna Nobel furniture ki 3rd edition the great wedding sales gold offer asi pre booking tobiduna khudong jaba silobi ho
offer asigi akupa information khambina bai damakta sangai prog da laiba mobile furniture da lengsin biro
Welcome back after the break. Moving on with the process of filling nomination papers for by-elections in the 2 seats in the Sikkim concluded on Friday, with contestants of the Citizens Action Party Sikkim CAPS submitting their papers on the last day, officials said. The 2 seats now have a total of 7 candidates. CAPS nominees Mahesh Rai and the Provincia Hung Subha filed their nominations from the Namchi, Sinhithang and the Sorang Chakung Assembly constituency, respectively. Satish Chandra Rai, SKM, Daniel Rai, SDF, and Yochna Rai, substitute candidate of the SDF, are the 3 other candidates who submitted their documents for the Namchi, Sinhithang Assembly seats as earlier. Besides Subha, the former MLA Aditya Gole, SKM, and the Prems Bahadur Bandhari, SDF, are the other 2 candidates who filed nominations paper for the Sorang Chakung constituency, officials said. The much anticipated CNA Alumni Carnival 2024 commenced today, ushering in a festive spirits with the Honorable Minister for Education Raju Basnas gracing the events as a chief guest. Held on the premises of the Tasi Namgyal's Academy, TNA, the carnivals welcomed several esteemed guests, including MLA of the 21 Nathang Machong, Pamim Lepcha, and the MLAs of the Gangtok Dale, Namgyal, Barfung Pa, along with other dignitaries and community leaders. Opening the day's activities was a lively performance by the Pipers Band, whose vibrant and rhythmic melodies brought the audience to life. The band's spirited presentation sets on the energetic tones, followed by the cultural dances and the musical performances that paid homage to the region's rich tradition, showcasing local customs through colorful attires and soulful melodies. Attendees were treated to be a blend of the cultures and the camaraderie as sports activities also took center stage, fostering friendly competitions amongst the alumni, students and the community members. From traditional sports to team games, the carnival sports events highlighted TNA's commitment to holistic education, blending athleticism with cultural celebration. The TNA Alumni Carnival went beyond mere festivities, aiming to fortify ties between the alumni and the current students. This event isn't just a celebration of the school's accomplishments, it's a bridge between the past and the present, said Chief Guest Raju Basnets. Indra Hang Suba, members of the Parliament Lok Sabha from the Sikkim, has been appointed as the members of the Consultative Committee for the Ministry of Food Processing Industries, marking a significant steps in his political career. Through a social media post, Subha extended his gratitude to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and speakers of the Lok Sabha Om Birla for entrusting him with the opportunity to play a role in the advancements of India's food processing industry. In his statement, Subha expressed his enthusiasm for the new positions and responsibilities in Intel. It is an honor and a responsibility to be entrusted with this opportunity to serve, he stated. I am committed to advancing policies that will uplift our farmer, fortify rural economies and expand Indians' agricultural value chain. Food processing plays a crucial role in realizing our nation goals of the Atma Nirbhar Bharat, and I look forward to working collaboratively with my fellow members to make meaningful contributions. These appointments positions Subha at the forefront of the sector essential to India's self-sufficiency goal, especially for enhancing the values and the reach of agricultural products. The Tripura units of the CPIM accused the BJP-led governments in the states of diverting people's angers by fomenting communal tension. Addressing a press conference after the party's states committee meeting, CPIM states secretaries and the leaders of the oppositions in the assembly, Jitendra Chowdhury claims that the peoples are angry over the non-performing government which has failed to address their problem. The state committee meetings reviews the prevailing socio-political and economic issues that have influenced people's life in the last 1.5 months. Communal incidents at the Kadamtala and the Peku Chera in North Tripura are nothing but an attempt by the BJP-led government to divert people's attention from the real issues. Law and orders have deteriorated, with twins mothers in the hearts of Agartala and the deaths of a tribal youth allegedly due to the torture by the police, he said. Iranian authorities have issued an additional 6 months prison sentence against Nobel Peace Prize laureate Narges Mohammadi, a group campaigning for the activities states. The Free Narges Coalition says in a statement on Thursday that the Mohammadi was sentenced on October 19 to an additional 6 months in prison on the charge of the disobeying and resisting orders. According to the statement, the charge was brought after Mohammadi staged a protest against the executions of the another political prisoners in the women's ward of Avin's prisons on August 6. Mohammadi in the 19 women to win the Nobel Peace Prize and the second Iranian women who after human rights activist Shirin Ebadi in the 2003. Mohammadi, 52, has kept up her activism despite numerous arrests by Iranian authorities and years behind bars. She is also being held at the Iranian notorious Evin's prisons, which houses political prisoners and those with the Western states. She already had been serving as a 13-month sentence, to which 15 more months were added in January. Iran government has not acknowledged her additional sentencing. The latest orders reflects the Iranians' theocracy's angers that She was awarded the Nobel Prize in October 2023 for years of activism despite a decades-long government's campaigns targeting her. Mahamati was a leading light for the nationwide women's-led protest sparked by the death last year of the 22-year-old women in the police custody that have grown into one of the most intense challenges to the Iranian theocratic government. That woman's Mahsa Amini had been detained for allegedly not wearing her handscarf to the liking of the authorities. The statement demanded Mahamati's unconditional release, saying her health situation has been deteriorated drastically during her long incarcerations and she is suffering from heart disease. And now let's take another short break again. Keep watching.
Saraswati Institute of Management and Paramedical Sciences, Pangai, Imphal East District, opposite to Manipur Police Training Center, MPTC, High River Institute AC.
Government and private hospitals in the clinical exposed to looking
affiliated to Manipur University and then recognized by Pharmacy Council of India and then Indian Nursing Council, Masung, MNC, Manipur Nursing Council. Institute asida fangiba facility sing adadi separate boys and girls hostel, transport facility, amasung 12 hours library facility.
Approved by Ministry of HRD, New Delhi, Government of India.
Diabetes ko loina de hingliba sing tha amagi manungda control to bangamle. Urea creatinine wangbasu tha amagi manungda hanthaba ngamle. Khong hamba nungaitabasu numit manganigi manungda fahan bangamle. Pile saibadi nungsang nabasu chama da chama fahan bangamle. Cholesterol wangba numit kunida normal oy bangamle. BP wangbasu tha amagi manungda normal oy bangamle. Fatty liver oybasu tha amagi manungda fagat han bangamle. Pumnamak natural oyba hidak makhalna lying Jabani, Hakjang the Sokadaba side effect, Amatalaite, Makata Hidak Chabagi Matosu Tararoi, Hena Kupa Parol Gidamak, Nasimak Langson Birau, Diabetes Hospital, Soibam Laikai, Ayangpali Road, opposite Karkinos Jennings Hospital, Porompat, Imphal East, near Punjab National Bank.
Start talk with Jitni Wombada, Mayamutara Mokchari.
Angang Sinse, Panic setting am de, saying the Harrow, the Homatam, so Panic Sipa Haiti, Harisamna, style guitar, that's another. Adugito, no music to guy, and I can say, even I am either Luhong Wagi say, Luhong Wagi says you won't be me. Artist Kodemaksu, audience Kodemaksu, Manipur Sam, the PE, Nushitana, Lemina say, Miamana. Power Pami Amana Kitang Mayon Chung of Pohor Matamda. Hadi Nushira Gadika, the Mimang the Ngang do no Havana.
Welcome back. After the break, the Delhi Police Special Cell arrested at least 7 suspected shooters from the Lawrence Bisnoy gang planning to target someone in Rajasthan, officials said on October 25. The arrest comes days after the Bisnoy gang claims responsibility for the murder of the NCP leaders and the former Maharashtra Minister Baba Siddique in Mumbai on October 2. Officials say that the 7 arrests were meth from Punjab and other states, and a huge quantity of arms and ammunition have also been recovered from those naps. It is suspected that they were planning to target someone in Rajasthan on the directions of the Arju Bisnoy, who is a close confidant of the jail gangster Lawrence Bisnoy, an official said. He said that the accused are being further interrogated and it will also be proved if they are in many manners linked the attack on Baba Siddique. Amidst the surge in the hawk bomb threats, a Shillong-bound SpiceJet flight from the Delhi met an emergency landing at the Lokpriya Gopinath Boroloi International Airport in Assam's Guwahati on Friday. The aircraft SEJ-2448 carrying 75 passengers landed safely and all passengers were unharmed, airport officials said. Airport authorities of India Director Shillong Rajiv Ranjan said the flight was over Guwahati skies when a bomb threat was received through an email, and the pilots made the decision to land at the LZBI airport rather than the comes to Shillong airport. Reports of the Shillong airport not having facilities for such emergency landing are incorrect. We are fully equipped and our staffs are trained for such emergencies. But it is the decision of the pilots that prevails in such a scenario, Ranjan said. The Delhi-Shillong flights runs every Mondays and Friday. Meanwhile, this is reportedly the 6th such hawk bombs threat targeting the SpiceJet. In the past few weeks, there have also been 800 such bomb threats. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate and lay foundation stone for the development project worth over Rs 4,800 crore in the Gujarat's Amreli districts on October 28. These initiatives encompass nearly 1,600 projects across the district of the Amreli, Jamnagar, Morbi, Devbhumi, Dwarka, Junagadh, Porbandar, Kutch and Botat, underscoring a push for the infrastructures and water supply improvement. The project includes Rs 705 crore worth of water supplies initiative under the Gujarat Water Supply Department. Among them is the Bharat Mata Sarovar and newly built reservoirs on the Gagadio River in Amreli, constructed at the cost of Rs 35 crore, which PM Modi will inaugurate. The Prime Ministers will also lay the foundations for the 1,000 water recharge initiative, including the pit, bore wells and well recharge systems valued at Rs 20 crore, alongside inaugurating 590 completed water projects. In transportation, Prime Minister Modi will inaugurate and initiate an HAI projects values at Rs over 2,800 crore, boosting highway connectivity in Gujarat. Additionally, he will also inaugurate the Bhut-Nalia Gauts conversing projects in the railway sectors values at Rs 1,094 crore to enhance rail connectivity in the region. On October 28, Prime Minister Modi will launch several water supplies projects totaling Rs 705 crore. Key components include the Nafda to Chawang bulk pipeline for the Botat district, which will support the daily water supplies needs of around 67 lakhs people across 1,298 villages and 36 cities in the Botat, Amreli, Junagadh, Rajkot and the Porbandar. These projects will deliver an additional 28 crore liters of water daily to the region. The Prime Ministers will also inaugurate one of the highlighted projects, the Bharat Mata Sarovar, constructed at a cost of Rs 35 crore through a public-private partnership with the Dholakia Foundation. Located near the Hetki Haveli in the Dudhala Lathi, the reservoir also has been expanded to store an additional 2 crore liters of the water. Enhanced by the deep pannings and the strengthening measures, this reservoir now holds a capacity of 4.5 crore liters. A banned Kurdish militant groups on Friday claimed responsibility for an attack on the headquarters of the key defense companies in the Ankara that kills at least 5 people. A statement from the military wings of the Kurdistan Workers' Party PKK says Wednesday's attacks on the premises of the aerospace and a defense company TUSAS was carried out by the 2 members of its so-called Immortals battalions in response to the Turkish massacres and the other actions in the Kurdish region. A man and a woman stormed to SAS premises on the outskirts of the Ankara, setting off explosive and opening fire. 4 TUSAS employees were killed there. The assailants arrives on the scenes in a taxi that they had commanders by killing its driver. The assailants were also killed in the subsequent battles with security teams, and more than 20 people were injured in the attack. Turkey blames the attacks on the PKK and immediately launched a series of the aerial strikes on the locations and facilities suspected to be used by the militant groups in the northern Iraq or by its affiliates in the northern Syria. The attacks on the Tusas came at the time of the growing signs of the possible new attempts at a dialogue to end the more than 4 decades old conflict between the PKK and the Turkey military. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitv.in or 9402890982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow the Facebook page, Instagrams and X for more information about the channel. Before we wrap up the headlines, once again. Security forces seize cache of arms and explosive in hill and valley districts. Damdai Christian College launches campaign to combat exam malpractices. India-China begin troops disengagement. Israeli strikes kill 36 in Gaza, 3 journalists in Lebanon. And Delhi team gear off against Ryan-less Assam in Ranji Trophy. Well, that's all we have for now. Thank you so much for joining with us.